Hello all. So in this video, we are going to discuss what are the man-in-the-middle attacks we are having on the wireless networks. So man-in-the-middle attacks is someone is intercepting the network and they can able to listen to our traffic that what we are sharing in the internet. Even it's a credentials, it's a calls, and so whatever we are sharing, even it's including of images, files, everything. So they can able to capture those things. So what are the kinds of attacks we are having in the wireless networks. So in this presentation, we will explore what are the common techniques and how to protect against them. So first one, what is a man in the middle attack? So first one, it's an evade dropping technique. It means an attacker can intercept the communication between two parties without their knowledge. So here, this allows the attacker to steal sensitive information like password, credit card numbers, and other confidential data. If two people are talking with each other, the third party person will be there. So this computer and this computer is talking with each other, and there is a third computer in between this one. So it's secretly listening to this all this traffic, like what they are communicating. So this is called eavesdropping. And next one, interception. So interception, the attacker can manipulate a communication by injecting the malicious code or altering the data. So this can lead unauthorized access to the systems, data theft, or even denial of service we can perform. So what are the common MITM attacks? That is a man in the middle attacks techniques we are having. So we are already discussed now aware dropping. So the attacker passively listens to the network traffic. So it's all about the network traffic. So to intercept sensitive information like password, credit card numbers, and sometimes phone calls, everything. And the next one is a packet sniffing. So the attacker uses specialized tools or softwares to capture and analyze the network packets and revealing the data in plain text, even if it is encrypted. So we have some tools like a beta cap, ettercap, and Wireshark. So using these tools, what we can do, we can able to capture the network and we can decrypt. So even if it is an encrypted one, we can decrypt those packets and we can able to see what is the content inside those packets. And the next one is a session hijacking. So in the session hijacking, so attacker takes control of an established connection, two parties, allowing them to intercept and modify the communication. So in the session hijacking, we have a different types of concepts are there. Like for example, so if you take XSS is there and cookie stealing is there. So using these things, so we can retrieve the authorized session. And the next one is a SSL or TLS stripping. The attacker intercepts encrypted traffic. See, as of now, in the packet sniffing, we have unencrypted data will be there, and encrypted data will be there based on the protocol. So in the SSL or TLS stripping, the attacker intercepts encrypted data and forces the communication to happen over insecure connection, allowing them to steal data. So eavesdropping and packet sniffing techniques. So unencrypted data is the main target. So data transmitted over Wi-Fi, often unencrypted. So based upon some protocols. So if you take a HTTP protocol which is running on port number 80, it's an unencrypted protocol. If website is using this type of protocols, so whatever you are giving your sensitive information like credentials or whatever it may be, credit card numbers or debit card numbers, whatever it is. So it will be transferred in the internet use in a plain text that is an unencrypted format. So unencrypted data is making it easy for attackers to eavesdrop and read the information. If it is not encrypted, so anyone can listen this. So next one, packet sniffing. Attacker use tools like Wireshark we already discussed to capture the network packets and analyze the data, often really revealing the sensitive information. Data in plain text, the same thing. So even encrypted data can be vulnerable to packet sniffing if the attacker can crack the encryption or intercept the data before it is encrypted. So before it is encryption, if you are able to capture those packets, we can able to decrypt all those things. And session hijacking. What is session hijacking? What is SSL and TLS stripping? Session hijacking is attacker can hijack an established connection, forcing a device to communicate with them instead of the intended destination. Suppose two systems are communicating with each other, and the third system is there. So this is the attacker system. Okay, so he attacked this system. So instead of replying to this system, so he will reply to this system. So that is called session hijacking, and TLS and SSL or TLS stripping is attackers can intercept the encrypted traffic and force communication to happen over insecure connection, make it easy for them to intercept and decrypt the data. So next one, it's a very important. It's a rogue wireless access points. So nowadays is very common. Like every ethical hacker, or not an every ethical hacker. So every hackers are doing the fake access points. So it's look like a original Wi-Fi. Sometimes you will get an internet also. So by accessing these fake points, what will happen? They can able to intercept your traffic data. They can able to enter into your laptop or whatever it is, computer device, whatever it is. So, fake access points. Attackers can create a fake access points that appear legitimate and inducing users to connect to that net. So then they will perform the man in the middle attack. So once user connects to the fake access points, the attacker is in the man in the middle of their communication, able to intercept and modify the data. Data theft and data hijacking. The attacker can thus steal sensitive information, hijack sessions, and even inject malware onto others' users' devices. So this is what will happen with the rogue wireless access points. So protecting against MITM attacks. So how to protect ourselves against the man in the middle attacks? So first one is a very basic common one is the encryption. We need to encrypt everything so that a bit of data we can able to secure. And authentication, two-way authentication for the decryption or whatever it is, a multi-factor authentication, a continuous network monitoring to be required because so whoever is tampering the network, whoever is scanning the network, we should know about it. Intrusion detection. If anyone performing the scanning or anything, it need to find and security awareness, like how to use a secure protocols to communication, how to use a secure networks for the communication. People who are working in an organization, they should be aware of all these things. So encryption and authentication. So use strong password first one. So you have to use strong unique password for the crucial, prevent attackers from easily getting to your accounts. Enable encryption. So always use secure connections with the HTTPS website, WAP2 or WAP3 for the Wi-Fi networks. Then verify the certificates, verify the authenticity of a website, certificates to ensure reconnecting to the correct site. So network monitoring and intrusion detection. So continuous network monitoring will be required and intrusion detection and security updates. We need to keep on updating our operating systems or services, applications, everything to fix all our bugs. So conclusion and the best practices we have given. So MITM attacks can be significant threat by understanding the techniques and implementing appropriate security measures. We can protect ourselves and your data. So the first thing we need to do is encryption for everything. And we have to use strong passwords. And secure protocols. So these are the main things for against of MITM attacks. If you are aware of all these things, you can able to stop the MITM attacks. So this is what MITM attacks we are having in the networks. Thank you.